Welcome back, my dear students. In the last session, we learned how to create a React app, and we saw a folder structure of a React app we created. In this session, we are going to learn on components. In React, a component represents a part of user interface. Going back to the earlier example, we can say that our application has 5 components. Has header, has side nav, has main content, has a footer, and the app component which contain the other 4 components. So each of the 4 nested components describe on a part of user interface. However, all components will come together to make the entire application. In React, components are reusable. The same component can be used with different properties to display different information. For example, we have this left-hand side nav here, but this one can be used as right-hand side nav and can have the other informations. Component can contain other component, for example, this app component here. Now, how does component translate to code in our application? The component code is placed inside JavaScript file, this one here. So the app component here, for example, the app component here is inside the app.js component. This app component here is inside the app.js component. You can have a file with JSX extension, but in this session, we are going to stick on JS extension. But in the upcoming videos, also, we will touch on JSX extension. Component is basically a code inside a JavaScript file, but what does that code look like? That depends on what type of component. In React, we have 2 types of component. We have stateless functional component, and we have stateful class component. Now, a functional component is a literary JavaScript function, return HTML, which describes the user interface. This is an example. We have here a function called welcome. This returns a div hello Samuel. But inside here we have props.name. Let it not confuse at this moment, but later we're going to discuss what is this thing. And class component are regular ES6 classes that extend class from React library. This one here. We say must contain a render method that return HTML. So this is an example of a class component within a class component which extend components. It has a render method that has a return of h1 tag here, which return hello Samuel. Again, don't confuse with this key .props.name. We'll discuss it in our upcoming videos. So getting back to our VS Code here, so this here we have a class app. Okay, so this is a class component. And how do we know this is a class? First, it has start with the key here, class, has the name of that component, it extends the component, it has a render method here, and it has a return. Differently from a functional component that we saw, it does not have a render method. Now, let us recap what we have learned in components. We learned that components describe a part of the user interface. They are reusable and can be nested inside the other components. We saw 2 types of component, that is stateless functional component and stateful class function. Also, we saw that components are building blocks of any React application. Therefore, it's important to get understand of the 2 components. Thank you for watching. See you in the next upcoming videos. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Bye-bye.